One of my YouTube Shorts channels was gaining over 30 million views per month, and suddenly views dropped to almost zero, and it got demonetized. So if you're trying to build a YouTube Shorts channel right now, you need to understand this, because what worked even a few weeks ago doesn't work anymore. And if you don't adapt, you're going to waste months building something that will never take off. So in this video, I'm going to break down the exact 3 things you need to know to make your shorts go viral in 2026. But before we get into that, you need to understand why most shorts channels are dying right now. The YouTube algorithm recently completely shifted in how it evaluates content. Before, you could get away with clipping content, copying formats, or even fully AI generated videos. But now, that same strategy will kill your channel. And here's why. The algorithm is no longer just detecting copied videos. It's now detecting patterns like reused formats, the same script structure, fully AI generated content, and even videos about the same topic with completely different footage. So what used to work is now the fastest way to get completely ignored by the algorithm. Let me show you what I mean. Have a look at this short.
Your car's speedometer is straight up lying to you, and it's not a glitch. When it says you're going 100.
So as you can see, this short has almost 20,000 likes. Now have a look at this one.
Your car speedometer is lying. It's always off by about 2 to 3%, so when you're doing 70 miles per hour, you're
So both of the videos have the exact same topic and show very similar footage. But why does the first video have almost 20,000 likes while the second one has only 400? It's because the first video was uploaded before the second one, and YouTube now detects copied topics even though the footage is not the same. So that's why the second video will never gain more views than the original. So if you're still doing things like clipping, ranking videos, or low effort AI content, you're not competing, you're getting filtered out. So the real question is, what actually works now? And it starts with this. If you're starting a shorts channel right now, this is the most important decision you'll make. Most YouTube Shorts gurus tell you to do this. Open a new account, scroll for hours on shorts, and try to find viral niches. Sounds logical, right? It's not. Because by the time you see a niche on your feed, it's already saturated and probably already declining. So instead of copying what's working, you need to understand why it worked, and then build your own version of it. So here's the rule you need to follow. Every idea you have needs to pass these 2 questions. Does this actually give value to the viewer? And more importantly, am I adding something new or just repackaging what already exists? Because that right there is the difference between a channel that scales and one that gets stuck at 10k views. But even if you pick the perfect niche, you can still fail because of this. You've probably heard people say,
just make a good hook.
But most people have no idea what that actually means. So let's break down what actually makes a good hook. In the first 2 seconds of your video, the viewer should instantly understand 2 things. What's happening and why they should care. If they have to think for even a second, you've already lost them. But clarity alone is not enough. You also need tension. You need to give the viewer a reason to stay on your video. Something unsolved, something they want to see finished. And then you need to actually deliver on that expectation. Because if you don't, the algorithm will notice. Let me show you what I mean. Have a look at this short right here.
In front of you are 5 celebrities, but only one of them is real. If you can guess which one is real, I will give you $10,000. You have 10 seconds. 9,
Wait, what?
8,
Ed Sheeran.
7.
Okay, is it 4?
6, 5.
Kevin Hart
4,
or Ed Sheeran?
3,
Wait, I don't know.
2. Kevin Hart or Ed Sheeran?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. You think Kevin Hart's the real one? This is a $10,000 decision you made.
Oh, wait, I don't know.
10,000 on the line. You are correct. This is.
Now ask yourself why a viewer would want to watch this video. Let me tell you why. In the first 3 seconds of the video, the viewer gets introduced to the problem. The girl has to find out which one is the real celebrity, and as a viewer, you're asking yourself 2 things. First, who actually is the real celebrity, And second, will the girl find out and win the cash prize? So these two questions give the viewer an actual reason to watch this video. So the goal is simple: build tension, release tension, and repeat throughout the entire video. But there is one more thing that controls all of this, and it's the difference between a video that gets skipped and one that people literally can't stop watching. This is where everything comes together, and no, it's not about crazy effects or over editing. It's about control. First, pacing. You need to constantly ask yourself, why would someone keep watching this? Every 2 to 3 seconds. If nothing changes, no new information, no new visual, no new emotion, the viewer leaves. But this doesn't mean cutting as fast as possible, because if you overdo it, your video becomes confusing, and confusion kills retention. So instead of just cutting more, focus on progression. Every moment should feel like it's moving forward. Now, the second thing, sound. Most people completely ignore this part, but sound is what makes your video feel immersive. The right music builds anticipation, sound effects add impact, and silence can be used to grab attention. For example, if you suddenly cut the music, the viewer instantly feels it, like I just did. Did you notice? And when you combine all of this, your short will take off.